When iPad kids swap out Cocomelon for Kenajima vlogs and frugal aesthetic fashion breakdowns, then we'll know fashion has hit peak popularity. Although we're not there quite yet, online fashion content has become quite addictive. For the better, or possibly the worse, this directly influences your style. Being chronically online or constantly glued to your phone is definitely viewed as being negative. In regards to fashion and your style, the term chronically online is often thrown around when people share out-of-touch takes, or their style is a constant resemblance of what's currently hot. Basically, if your style has gone from a hypebeast phase to an ALD-inspired look, then Gorpcore, to now becoming an avid collector of archive pieces, we're looking at you. Speaking of out-of-touch fashion takes though, let's dive into some of my favorites. The first set of videos I see on TikTok are clothes that went from cool to cringe. The problem I have with this content is it's specifically made to provoke comments. The videos are often consisting of items or brands that sure, were probably more trendy at some point in the past, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're now bad, or that it's cringe to wear superstars or Supreme, like the videos might suggest. Buy this item to improve your style videos also fall into a similar setup of just bad fashion advice. These videos promote the idea that buying a more popular piece of clothing is going to somehow improve your style. It's not your fault to fall into the aim of these videos, because when fashion trends are constantly pushed down your throat through social media, it seems like a simple solution to just buy the promoted trend, and as a result, your style will improve. When in reality, blindly buying into trends fuels constant consumption, fast fashion, and most likely future waste. If that's not bad enough, don't worry, the effects don't stop there. Stussy knits, Adidas Sambas, Arc'teryx beanies, and other popular trends also play a massive role with those diagnosed as being chronically online. If you scroll through social media, it's no surprise that trends are ruling the social algorithms. For those consuming mass amounts of fashion content online, it creates a fake sense of reality that everyone is wearing the same items, when in reality, unless you're living in a major city, I think it's rare to commonly see trends at least being worn the same way they appear on Instagram or TikTok. From my experience, you're more likely to see the common trends of today being worn by the people the trends were actually made for. Instead of seeing someone pair their Carhartt with a vintage tee and Jordans, it's more likely a normal guy who just wanted a nice jacket. Another consequence of being chronically online that affects your style is how quickly it can ruin items in your closet. However, there's a really important distinction between how the pieces of clothing we own become ruined. A trend like Nike Dunks was clearly noticeable. You don't need to care about sneakers at all to realize how often someone walks by in Panda Dunks. I can understand why people begin to get tired of seeing the same thing over and over, but trends like Gorpcore 2002Rs or anything else that feels so popular online oftentimes now gets the unwarranted label of being played out before they hit mainstream consumers. With an increased importance and creation of trends, we've also seen their life cycles speed up. This has resulted in making it cool to shit on trends before they've become common to hate, so you don't get blamed for participating in dated trends. Your style isn't the only factor affected through our chronically online generation. This situation has greatly impacted fashion content in general. Receiving repeated tips is probably the most common issue that I've noticed. If you just started getting interested in fashion, you'd very quickly hear the same tips to focus on your proportions, silhouettes, trends are bad, and don't buy fast fashion unless maybe it's Uniqlo. I'm not saying these are necessarily bad pieces of advice, but it can definitely feel repetitive. Being chronically online and interested in fashion is a dynamic that can feel hard to get around. Unless you live in or near a city, fashion can be difficult to observe firsthand, which often makes it necessary to rely on the internet. I hope you found this video valuable, and I'll see you next time. Peace.